it's Kid Wire's regime, and from yesterday, he had offended the housemates with his statement, his passive statement, according to him. He said that he meant to, inspire the people, ginger them, and give them a wake-up call by saying that he is safe. As for him, he's not going anywhere. If you like, they shouldn't take their wager seriously. So a lot of the housemates got upset. They were like, no, I'm not doing any rehearsal. Lucy was the one who took it so personal that, in fact, they're going to fail this wager because she's not going to participate in anything. In fact, they shouldn't call her out for anything. This happened yesterday, but today he came out to apologize to the housemates. He explained why he did what he had done, and they took his apology. Moving from there, we saw when they had their task, their Hawaii task, where they had to do the sack race. They had to come up with Hawaii commercial music, and they did that. Then the team that had Lekon, of course, you guys, you know that anything that had to do with song, as far as Lekon is in that team, and maybe V too, they definitely are going to win it. So Lekon, Tolani Badge, Nengi, and the rest of them had won this particular task. Moving from there, we saw when Neo and Kid Wire were talking about how he's going to get on with his surprise for V. You all know that Neo surprised V, and he gave up all his Betway wallet. Like, he emptied his wallet to surprise V with flowers. Of course, the cake always comes free, but there's this special flower and notes that came with V's birthday package, and that was from Neo. He had to give up his Betway wallet and then some of his personal items like shirts and all that. So after that, we saw where V was surprised. The housemates started saying nice things about her, telling her what they like about her and how nice and sweet she is. After that, we saw when V and Neo were having their special time and personal conversation, and V went ahead to ask him how he came up with the flowers. And Neo now, he wants to feel himself. And I said, well, I told Big Brother about it, and then he said, okay, he's gonna look into it. And then Kid came. Child was just boring all of us with how he got that. We already know that. So V was like, you are such a sweet human being. Why do I sound so much like V? Anyways, you're such a nice human being. Thank you so much. And they had this peck. Oh, yeah. Moving from there, we saw when they had their second task, they were preparing for their wager. This time around, they had to do a poem talking about the love from male perspective and love from female perspective. Guys, these poems were so funny listening to them again. But then some of them were giving some rhymes here and there. You all know how they paired up: Tony Badge and Prince, Nengi and Ozo, Watoni and Brighto, Trikiti and this. It just looked like a couple thing where some of the poems were now sounding as if this one is saying their mind, this other one is saying their mind. Moving from there, we saw also when Dorothy literally shut Ozo up when he was talking about Nengi, because this time around, him and Nengi, their romance has started. They showed that in yesterday's episode where Nengi and Ozo had started their romance. Ozo came with breakfast in bed for Nengi. Nengi was like, oh, she just balanced, so they eat her food. So after this time, we saw when Dorothy was washing, and then Ozo joined her. He was washing his own, she was washing her own, and then he wanted to bring a conversation about the whole Nengi and all the feeling. And Dorothy is like, see, we've had this conversation before. I want to believe that the conversation she's talking about is that, oh, if you like this girl, then say you like her, but doing as if you don't like her and then you are coming to meet me as if you don't like her, then you're with her, following her edge to edge. I don't get it. See, I'm not going to say this anymore because I've said it before. If you're acting like you have forgotten something that we discussed 2 weeks ago, then I'm not going to talk about it. And that was how she shut Ozo up. She said, see, just wash your clothes. Let me wash my clothes. When we finish, everybody go their way. And also just kept quiet, Sha. So after this time, they now showed where all of them were having a conversation. This was Lucy, Dorothy, Watoni, Prince, Neo, Praise. They were talking about who likes who. So Praise was of the opinion that Prince had crushes, so like people who were crushing on him, and he mentioned names like Nengi, he mentioned Lucy, he mentioned Tolani Badge, and he was like, somebody was going to mention Katrina, and he's like, no, that Katrina is my love. I was the only person that Katrina loved. Do you guys want me to spill? I don't want to say some of the things that went down, but Katrina is my love. Like, I'm a one and only. If you know the things that she used to tell me. Then he went ahead to say that Kaisha was so in love with Neo, and Neo was like, yes. Neo confirmed this because he said Kaisha came and met him and told him that, see, I like you, I really do like you, but I'm not going to be placed in the second place because obviously V was in the picture. I'm like, okay, we didn't hear this conversation then, though we know that, oh yeah, there's this likeness where Kaisha used to follow Neo around, want to be where Neo is, says it subtly, but this particular conversation of, oh, I don't want you to put me second, we didn't see that. So this was what went down. And then after that, we saw when they had their this particular period in the house where Erica was feeling somehow, she was talking with Tolani Badge, you know, little things here and there happened, and that's basically it. The housemates had good times where they were gisting and laughing. This was the time where they were also missing Big Brother. You all know that this particular week Big Brother left. As soon as Kidwaya came into power, Big Brother went on a break. This time around, they also had their conversation where one of them had to be Big Brother to the other. And guys, the one that caught my attention again was when they asked Dorothy, is there anything that you would have changed all through the period that you have stayed in this house? And Ozo was her big brother, and she opened with her full chest. She opened her mouth and told Ozo that, big brother, what I would have probably changed is how I got so close to Ozo. I wouldn't have done that. I wish that all the attention and friendship that I showered and poured into my friendship with Ozo, I would have spread it around the house. And also was like, you know, when he was thrown off balance because now he's big brother, he can't be asking personal questions like, oh, really? How would you say that? Why did you say that? But yeah, he was like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. She said that, and then I thought this was supposed to spark some kind of conversation, but Dorothy, she shall blank her see. I know they see you, guy. I know they see you. Then they also ended this particular episode with where Watoni and Brighto were having some me time, two of them. Anthony was rubbing Brighto's head. Oh, look at your head. I can see a vein in the middle of your head. And it's because of all the things that you are keeping in your head. That time when we were watching this thing, what came to my mind then was that this girl, she's just trying to get Brighto to talk, you know, just say your mind. Do you like me? Do you like me? Because we're kind of close, you know. You all know that Watoni and Brighto were close, and Watoni was also close with Tricky T. But we all knew that Watoni had something that she didn't really say for Brighto, so she was just rubbing his head, saying, oh, you keep a lot of things in your mind, oh, all those laugh and all those things. But it was fun to watch. Then Tricky T, we saw where he was talking about the eviction with Erica and Watoni as well. So yeah, that's basically what happened today. I hope you have enjoyed this particular episode, guys. Sorry I couldn't shoot yesterday. I'm so sorry. I didn't feel like anything spectacular happened, plus a lot of little things were just popping up here and there, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to put everything together, mix it up in one, and I'm going to bring it to you guys. So my apologies. Who missed me? Did you miss me? Because I missed you too. All right, I'm going to end this video here. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel and you've come this far, why am I going to say you're not from my village? But yes, please subscribe, and I'm going to see you on my next one. Bye guys.